Hello everyone and welcome back to Math Merit. We are all done with our 10 concepts for this 6 weeks. So awesome job everyone, you guys did great. Now we're going to go ahead and do a concept review where I'm going to touch base on everything that we have done, not everything today, don't worry, but I'm going to touch base on a couple things that are good to remember. After doing so much, sometimes we forget how we started off. So I'm just going to go through it and I want you guys to take note of it, okay? Thanks. Let's get started. Our very first concept this first 6 weeks was variables and expressions. I explained to you guys what variables were and why they're called variables, and I do it quite often, if I do say so myself. Anyways, variables are the letters that you see in equations and expressions. Also, we learned that expressions are math problems, okay? So, let's move on. Variables. One thing I did fail to mention to you guys is what is a coefficient? Now, when we see variables, we can either see them on their own. So let's use Q, for example. We can see Q on its own. But what about when it's negative 3Q or 4Q? This number that's next to the variable is called the coefficient. And I need to check my spelling on that one, so give me a second. This is why having dictionaries and books around is very important. I did misspell it. So, coefficient. The coefficient is the numerical factor where there is a variable. So it's the number. Okay? That's something important that you might hear further along. It's not a term that I usually use, but at least if you ever come across it in the future, you know what it is, okay? Concept number 2 was about real numbers and the number line. In this concept, we also learned about square roots. Square roots and math terms such as the radical symbol, the radicand, and how all this is called a radical. Okay, so we learned that in concept 2 as well. As the number line where we learned that we have a negative side and we have a positive side, and the number line still comes in handy to us when we are adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. Sometimes if you ever ask me for help on anything, or if I did tell you that, oh, probably you got an equation, math problem wrong during one of your assignments, I probably told you to use a number line. A reason why I do this is because I know how much it simplifies it to actually see it down on paper. I'm telling you guys this because it is what helps me out the most, just looking at it. Like I said, I understand how frustrating math can be, and I can say, in my case, it gets really frustrating because I overthink it and try to do everything in my head. I learned that writing it out and doing it step by step simplifies it so much more. And in concept 3, we learned about adding and subtracting real numbers. Now, we also learned what real numbers were, which are rational numbers and irrational numbers, and what goes under what, okay? Let's go over that very quickly. Now, rational numbers are our numbers numbers that are natural. And I don't know if you remember this, but it's like when a toddler is counting, they naturally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So it's usually, that's the best way to remember. It's like when you're young or when you have a little sibling or somebody that is counting, they naturally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whole numbers include 0. So when we're talking about whole numbers, it usually includes 0. It's when you count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whole numbers, and then we had integers. Let me check my spelling again. It is not integers, it's integers. So I've always had that confusion since I was in high school, so it's nothing new. But that's why we're supposed to check our spelling. Integers, remember, they are the injured numbers, the ones that have the little slashes in the front. They are our negative numbers. So -1, -2, -3, and then 0, 1, 2, 3. All those numbers are counted as integers. Now, all of these together are our rational numbers. We also have irrational numbers. So irrational. Our irrational numbers are our numbers that keep on going on and 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 on. Without stop, without any pattern whatsoever. It's just a mess. It's like what pi is. That is one of our examples as to what an irrational number is. If we get an answer that's like no pattern whatsoever, it just keeps on going on and on and on. You don't know where it ends. Those are examples of irrational numbers. The best way to remember that is just because they go on and on and on without a pattern, without any reasoning whatsoever. So irrational numbers are like irrational people. They just talk going on and on and on. Very well, you guys. So your assignment for today is to send me a picture of your notes. What did you take a note of what we spoke about in class today? Remember, we reviewed concept 1, concept 2, concept 3. You need to tell me one thing of all 3 of them. Not all 3, one thing of each of them. Okay? So you need to have at least 3 points on each concept that we reviewed today. And send me a picture of that. That will be your assignment for today in order to get credit for assisting class. I hope to hear back from everyone very, very soon. If you have any questions or concerns, or is there something specific that you would like to review with me, let me know. I'm here to help you guys. I hope you all have a very wonderful day, and I hope to be hearing back from everyone very, very soon. Bye.